The CACAP Arbitration Rules. The Construction Arbitration Center Asia Pacific has developed a comprehensive framework for the resolution of construction and infrastructure disputes. The center's Rules Working Group has undertaken a program of refinement, introducing a gateway provision and a modular system of optional procedural schedules. These innovations are nearing completion and will be available shortly. The CACAP Arbitration Rules comprise 50 articles governing the full life cycle of arbitral proceedings, from commencement of the arbitration through to the rendering and correction of the final award. The rules address tribunal constitution, jurisdictional challenges, interim measures, the conduct of hearings, the treatment of evidence, and the allocation of costs. They have been designed specifically for construction and infrastructure disputes, reflecting the technical complexity and procedural demands of this specialist field. The CACAP Rules Working Group has developed 10 specialist procedural schedules, each addressing a discrete area of construction dispute practice. The schedules are entirely opt-in. Parties elect which schedules, if any, to adopt, enabling them to tailor the procedural framework to the specific characteristics of their dispute. Importantly, the schedules are designed to assist the parties in framing their expectations of the process at an early stage. They may also be complemented by further procedures and processes as the needs of the parties require. The working group considers this modular structure and framework to represent a unique enhancement to the conduct of arbitration in the field of construction and infrastructure disputes. Article 51 is the gateway provision governing the adoption of procedural schedules. A schedule applies where the parties have agreed to its adoption in the arbitration agreement, or where the tribunal directs its application with the consent of the parties at a case management conference. Critically, contractual provisions on procedural matters prevail over any inconsistent schedule provision. This preserves party autonomy and respects the bargain the parties have struck in their underlying contract. Parties also retain the ability to modify individual schedule provisions by agreement, providing a further layer of flexibility. Schedules 1 through 5 address the technical and evidentiary aspects of construction disputes. Schedule 1 governs expert evidence, including codes of conduct for expert witnesses, joint expert conferences, concurrent evidence procedures, and the appointment of tribunal experts. Schedule 2 establishes the Scott schedule procedure, providing a structured tabular format for the presentation of discrete claim items and responses. Schedule 3 addresses delay and disruption analysis, requiring early identification of methodology, disclosure of programming records, and expert conferral. Schedule 4 deals with defects and workmanship disputes, covering applicable standards, site inspections, testing protocols, and evidence preservation. Schedule 5 governs quantum and valuation, including itemized claim schedules, variation valuation methodology, and the treatment of global claims. Schedules 6 through 10 address procedural coordination and transitional matters. Schedule 6 governs document management and electronic disclosure, including the handling of building information modeling data, scheduling software outputs, and the use of the Redfern schedule for document production. Schedule 7 provides for multi-contract and multi-party coordination, including common hearings, consistent tribunal appointments, and the management of cross-cutting issues. Schedule 8 addresses site inspections and physical evidence, covering tribunal site visits, joint inspections, chain of custody requirements, and the use of drone evidence. Schedule 9 deals with interim measures for active construction projects, addressing payment disputes on ongoing works, suspension issues, and the interface with statutory adjudication. Schedule 10 governs the transition from dispute board proceedings to arbitration, including the evidential status of board decisions, de novo review, and the handling of dispute board records. Parties may adopt procedural schedules in two principal ways. First, by including references to the relevant schedules in the arbitration clause of their construction contract. Second, by agreeing with the tribunal to adopt specific schedules at the first case management conference. There is no requirement to adopt all 10 schedules. Parties select only those schedules that are relevant to the nature of their dispute. They may also modify individual schedule provisions by agreement to suit the particular circumstances of their proceedings. The vision of the CACAP Rules Working Group is to provide parties with practical tools that assist them in framing their expectations at the earliest stage of the arbitral process. The opt-in schedules are not mandatory. They are available to parties who wish to adopt a structured approach to the specific technical and procedural demands of their construction dispute. They may be complemented with further procedures and processes as the needs of the parties evolve. These innovations are nearing completion and will be available to parties and practitioners in the near future. To summarize, the CACAP Arbitration Rules provide 50 articles establishing a comprehensive framework for construction arbitration. The Rules Working Group has developed 10 optional procedural schedules offering a modular framework that the working group considers to be a unique enhancement to the conduct of arbitration in construction and infrastructure disputes. The Article 51 Gateway provision preserves party autonomy and ensures that contractual provisions prevail. The schedules are designed to assist the parties in framing their expectations early in the process and may be complemented by further procedures as needs require. These innovations are nearing completion and will be available to parties and practitioners shortly. Visit cacap.asia to learn more about the CACAP arbitration rules and procedural schedules.